Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to the Manchester Evening News, Manchester United revive interest in Kieran Trippier. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is unhappy with Basaka's attacking output. We was interested in Kieran Trippier in January, but we cooled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. I reckon we'll get Kieran Trippier for less than £20 million. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for him from Tottenham back in 2019. His current contract expires next year. He's 30 years of age. He was part of the Tottenham team when they got to the Champions League final in 2019. He's had 2 loan spells at Barnsley. He's also been at Burnley. At one point he was on loan at Burnley. And he was at Man City. He came up Man City's academy, but he never made an appearance in their first team. Now, I want to delve into some news on Varane. Man United are working on the Varane deal. Varane intends to reject an offer of a new contract to join Manchester United. Man United have offered Varane a 5-year contract and a higher wage. Now, reports came out recently saying that Varane is available for €40 million, which is a bargain. He said, "We may have been handed a boost in our pursuit of Varane, with Carlo Ancelotti returning to Real Madrid. Man United and PSG have both made offers for Varane because it's impossible for Real Madrid to meet his demands." Defender Sancho said not so long ago that Man United and Chelsea are prepared to double his wages. Recently, Varane rejected Man United in favour of a move to PSG. Not so long ago, Varane spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Man United have already held talks with Varane's representatives. Fabrizio Romano said not so long ago that Varane is the main name on our list, and we are waiting to see what happens with his situation at Real Madrid. At one point, it said Real Madrid were demanding £60 million. They did reject a £40 million bid not so long ago. Last season, Varane said he's keen on a move to the Premier League. We went in for him 10 years ago. We was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for Varane back in 2018. He would be a great signing though for Man United if he came in, because He's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. He'd complement Harry Maguire very well in our back line. And he's got a very good pedigree as a player. So they are the reasons. Raphael Varane has won 18 major honours at Real Madrid. He's been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's endured 10 years with them. Made over 300 appearances in all competitions, and Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. Man United still want a centre-half, despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract towards the end of last season. Now, obviously, you know the news regarding Jadon Sancho. Fabrizio Romano says in the next days we will have some updates regarding Jadon Sancho, and he says something I have to say, something I would say, are important updates. Now, Konstantin Eckner, who is a Bundesliga journalist, he recently said that Man United have reached an agreement in principle with Sancho, but no bid has yet been made. He recently said, though, Man United are preparing an £85 million bid. The personal terms have been agreed with Sancho, and we prefer Sancho over Harry Kane. I reckon now Harry Kane is staying at Tottenham. Sky Sports said not so long ago that Man United remain in talks with Jadon Sancho's representatives, and Man United is the most realistic destination for Sancho. Sancho's already said that he wants his future resolved before the start of the Euros, and he has Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements. Borussia Dortmund have already told Sancho that he can leave the club this summer, and Solskjaer made him a transfer priority. Borussia Dortmund did confirm earlier on this year that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho that will allow Sancho to depart Dortmund this summer. And the Manchester Evening News said that that Sancho is pushing for a transfer out of Dortmund. Last summer, Sancho was our number one priority target. I thought we was going to sign him last year because Sancho to Man United was extremely close. The personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees and that had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Dortmund did say last year that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But Fabrizio Romano has spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, so I've always believed that there's something been in it. You know, Sancho to Man United, and Bill's Christian Fark's spoken about it before. Sancho has endured, 4 years at Dortmund? Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, and he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. Sancho will be a great signing for us because he's good at creating chances, he can score very good goals. I'm convinced he'll exceed expectations in the Premier League. Predominantly a right winger, still young, got a lot of development in him, and he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. Declan Rice, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is interested in him. He recently said that Man United are preparing to put in a transfer bid for Declan Rice to test West Ham's resolve. West Ham value Declan Rice at £100 million. I reckon £100 million is too much. I reckon he's worth from between £60 to £70 million. Declan Rice is desperate for Jesse Lingard to seal a permanent transfer at West Ham. Because Lingard's done well since he's gone out on loan to West Ham. Darren Fletcher, our technical director, did reveal that Declan Rice asked about Man United when he was on international duty with England, and reports were stemming out the other month saying that Rice is interested in joining Man United, and he asked Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw about life at Old Trafford. I would take Rice at Man United. The reasons is because he's well proven in the Premier League. He initially learned his trade in the Premier League. He's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. And I'm convinced that Man United replicate what he's done at West Ham. And he's predominantly a holding midfielder, and Man United are in search for a holding midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre-half. Rice has been at West Ham 7 years. He's got a contract with them until 2024. Solskjaer has said that he wants Man United to make 4 new signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. I think we can challenge for the Premier League title next season if we recruit well in the summer transfer window. Our board will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings, despite the Europa League final loss. Solskjaer has been given a £150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. I think a lot of United fans think it's a mistake, giving Solskjaer this new 3-year deal, because I can assure he won't see out this new 3-year deal. Ole has just under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed back in March 2019 when he got the job permanently. So what we should do is, should wait until he sees out his current contract, then analyse how it's gone, and then decide or not whether to give him the new 3-year deal. But yeah, the summer transfer window opens on the 9th of June. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. It's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. But I am expecting him to get the backing he deserves, reflecting on what the board have recently said. Plus, we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge. And Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. The summer transfer window will be Ole's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. We are going to offload players in the summer transfer window, so in that aspect we'll generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. I'm expecting Man United to offload De Gea. It'll be the right decision to get rid of De Gea because I reckon now he's had his years at Man United. There's obviously been talks of a David De Gea and Jan Oblak swap deal. To De Gea's credit though, last season after the Everton collapse in February, he produced his best performances and he responded well to Dean Henderson getting the number 1 jersey. Put a very good performance out against Roma, but obviously De Gea cost us the Europa League final because he missed a penalty. And he had 11 chances to save a penalty and he didn't save one. He should have saved at least 1 or 2 of them. Romero, I think we need to offload him. Lee Grant, I think we need to offload him. We need to offload Phil Jones. We need to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities, because Williams seldom plays for us. He's our third choice left back. Delors, I think we need to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. We need to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. He's out on loan with Lazio. We need to offload Nemanja Matic. We need to offload Donny van de Beek. It recently said Donny van de Beek is set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. But not so long ago, it said that we will reject any offers for Donny van de Beek. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. Apparently Solskjaer's got big plans for him. Doesn't get enough starts at Man United. I recall him starting 4 games in the league last season. Most of his appearances come from the bench. Van der Beek's only enjoyed 1 full season at the club. Juan Mata, I think we need to offload him. To be honest with you, I'm expecting us to offload him. And Anthony Martial, I think we also need to offload him because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. But he recently said that Solskjaer made his decision on Martial's future. He's told the Glazers he wants Martial to stay for next season because Ollie believes he's got a big role to play for next season. Martial has been out with a knee injury for a while. Next season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. You know, next season, I reckon Solskjaer's got to win a trophy if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things start to go wrong next season, then I think, he'll be back under pressure, then there's a good chance he will be sacked. Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards, and Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. Solskjaer is lucky to be still Manchester United manager because not so long ago we lost the Europa League final to Villarreal, and Solskjaer made mistakes in that game. His substitutions were wrong. He brought the substitutions on too late. He brought his first sub on in the 100th minute. He should have taken Rashford off when he sustained that knock, but he didn't, and he should have replaced De Gea with Dean Henderson for the penalties. And some United fans thought he got his line-up wrong. Harry Maguire was a big miss for that final. If we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? I think we need someone in with that big club arrogance, someone with a proven pedigree, Solskjaer has been in charge of Man United now for almost 30 months, so that means he's been with us over 2 years. And Solskjaer has enjoyed 2 full seasons at the club. Reflecting now on he's been at Man United, he has gained some managerial experience and he has learnt quite a bit on the job, and he's tried a few different elements. I do have my concerns about Ole. My 2 biggest concerns about Ole is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. That's one. And his decision-making concerns, because in a lot of his games at Man United, he has been tactically naive. But there's also positives regarding Solskjaer as well. Quite a lot of positives, actually. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. To say the squad he was left with when he got appointed in, because when he got appointed in, Ole, he was inheriting a lot of deadwood. And he's got rid of some of the deadwood now, but there's still some deadwood at the club. All he knew when he'd taken over at Man United, it was going to be a massive job and he had a lot of things to do. You've got to credit Solskjaer. He got us a 2nd place finish last season in his 2nd full season. Finishing 2nd wasn't an achievement, was it though? But you can see that progress was made from his 1st full season. He got us to the Europa League final. I know we lost it, but he still got us to the final, and that was his 1st major final as Man United manager. Last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That was a good record. Solskjaer also got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. He got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Ollie did well though in his first full season, got us a third place finish and guided us to 3 semi-finals. We are into the Champions League for next season, so that's good from a Man United perspective because we've got much greater chance now of attracting players to the elite level. Ollie has made good signings as Man United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million and he's endured 4 transfer windows, and Solskjaer's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in, and I like the way he has promoted the youth. Got a lot of trustworthy in his young players. And when Solskjaer got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody has been given their chances. So they are the positives. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We're giving the job permanently, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. Did Man United make a mistake giving him the job permanently? Should we wait until the end of that particular season to decide or not whether he was the right candidate? But whatever happens with Solskjaer, we'll always adore him, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. Ole is our best manager since Ferguson. Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson, isn't he? You obviously know the news regarding Ed Woodward, don't you? Woodward standing down at the end of this year, which is good news from Man United perspective, because earlier on this year it got announced that he resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. Who will be our new chairman to replace him? Obviously, we've been demanding the Glazers out towards the end of last season. There was a lot of fans protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford. The Glazers have put Man United in so much debt. And I hate the way the football club has been run in general for a long time. The Glazers bought Man United for $500 million back in 2005. And the Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. So we've got to recommend new owners in. These good players at Manchester United and these players that have really, really improved. Dean Henderson, he's very, very good. Did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. We made the right decision putting him as number 1. Luke Shaw's very, very good. He was our best player last season. And still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Tellez last summer. I think Eric Bailly is a good centre half. Has had his bad games, but my element of concern about Eric Bailly is injury prone. Did we make a mistake giving him that new contract towards the end of last season? Harry Maguire is also good when he wants to be. I think he's improved, but he was a big miss towards the end of last season. Maguire's got ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. And Basaka, he's also a good right back, but as you all know, Solskjaer's got his reservations about him. And Basaka's got to show a lot more in the attacking third of the pitch. He doesn't attack enough, but there was some games last season where he showed some good attacking intent defensively, and Basaka's always been superb. McTominay's a decent player, but McTominay's not on that level where I want him to be yet. Can he emulate that level? McTominay's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. Paul Pogba's also very, very good. Getting the best out of him in recent months. Pogba could be leaving Man United in the summer transfer window. Bruno Fernandes, he's also very, very good as well. Made the difference in this team. Mason Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Rashford's good when he wants to be, but he's enjoyed his bad periods. Rashford was poor towards the end of last season. Edison Cavani's also very, very good, and I'm glad that he's staying next season because Romano said not so long ago that Cavani, signed a 1-year deal. So there you go. Fabrizio Romano has said Tom Heaton will undergo a medical at Man United in the last week of June. He's joining Man United on a 2-year contract with an option of an extra year. So yeah, Tom Heaton's coming back to Man United because we did have him before he came through our academy. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.